Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea and I love talking about books. So, this is currently future me. Sorry, my cat. Benson update. Say hi. This is future me after this video has been filmed and edited, because I never introed it, I just go straight into the video. So this is my take on swapping my screen time for reading time, where essentially I look at the number of times that my phone has been picked up for that day a week prior, and I read that many pages. For example, if it said I picked up my phone 300 times that day the week before on a Sunday, so like the Sunday before, then that means I would have to read 300 pages to swap my screen time for reading time. I feel like that was a really long-winded way of describing the premise of this video, but essentially it is just me trying to stop getting distracted by my phone all of the time, which it's constant. I can't help it. Actually, the amount of times that I pick up my phone, I think, is greater than my overall screen time hours, because it's like I pick it up and then I go, no, I'm not supposed to be on it. Pick it up. No, I'm not supposed to be on it. So it's not actually essentially that my screen time is so high, but the number of times I reach for my phone. What I think I need to do is start just checking my phone, making sure everything is how it needs to be, and then putting it away to have like downtime so that I'm not tempted, and then schedule myself, say, right, for 45 minutes now you can just doom scroll on your phone. Anyway, besides the point. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's jump back in time. I am starting this part so late in the day, I know that I'm going to regret this, but I'm someone, if I don't start something when I need to start it, I'll just put it off and put it off and put it off, and I want to start this. So, day number 1, it's Sunday, and so I need to go to last Sunday and see how many times I picked up my phone. Let me clip this on so I have a hand. Right, my mic is clipped on, hopefully you can still hear me. So we need to go to screen time. So I've gone to last Sunday and I did in fact pick up my phone 153 times. So that means today I need to read 153 pages. That I'm going to be starting for this video is The Defender by Anna Huang, just because I feel like this is going to be a fairly easy read. It is signed by Miss Anna herself. So yeah, 100, I don't know how to work this camera yet. 153 pages for today, so let's just get started. Let's just go. So sleepy. Okay, anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here for updates on the book. Okay, so I am currently on chapter 9, so that is 75 pages into the book. Is 153 minus 75. I'm so bad at maths. 78 pages, so pretty much like halfway now. So I'm reading The Defender by Anna Huang. So this is the second in the Gods of the Game series. It's going to be a trilogy. I think the third one's like the keeper, because obviously you have the striker, the defender, and then the only other player is the goalkeeper. They're not my most they're not my most favourite of Anna Huang's books. I think because I have a deeper understanding of Premier League football and like this sport as a whole compared to my understanding of like other sports that's written about in sports romance, so ice hockey, basketball, baseball, American football. Not that I've read one about that, but anyway, that I think I'm just more critical of this book, and as I'm reading this one now, more so than the last one, because the last book was written in the off season, and so not that much sport was actually spoken about. Whereas this one, I mean, they're not going into detail like on game day and on matches, but there are just certain conversations happening that I can't picture actual footballers having. I don't know, it's like this weird meeting of like footballers, but also they're written by women. I don't know. Like written by a woman. You know, like the whole thing of like, I Love a Man written by a woman. But I know, oh my God, I'm not making sense because I'm tired. Not that I personally know any footballers, but I know more about footballers and like their personas and stuff like that than I would an ice hockey player. Does that make sense? So I feel like I'm just being more hypocritical about the things they're saying and the things they're doing and the lingo that they're using. This is also pretty much straight away insta lust, and they like hate each other for no reason. So I'm just not a big fan, I don't think, of like enemies to lovers in a romance setting, and I'm also starting to come to the conclusion that I'm not really a big lover of just your bog standard romance anymore. I think that this book is confirming to me that I'm definitely more of a fan of a romance when there is more just emotion, there's more emotional depth. This is just very much like, I hate you, well, I hate you more. So plot-wise, we have Vincent Dubois, who is the captain of Black Castle, but he is also the brother of Scarlet from The Striker. And then we have Brooklyn, who is an intern for the team as a nutritionist, and she is Scarlet's best friend also. Vincent and Brooklyn have found themselves in like a roommate, close proximity situation. They do not get on at all, but they're finding that there is sort of like some sort of attraction there now that they're living again in close proximity to each other. Okay, welcome to day 2. I did in fact get to 153 pages yesterday, which meant that I read like 2 pages into a chapter, was it? Yeah. a couple of pages into a chapter and then I stopped mid-chapter. I was like, should I just continue and finish this chapter? But I was so tired that I was like, no, it's fine. I've hit 153 and that will do. That's enough. Am I enjoying the book? Not necessarily. It is feeling like a 3-star book for me at the moment. But that could change. We shall see. It's not the worst thing I've ever read. So now we need to go back on to my phone and find out how many times I picked up my phone last week. So I picked up my phone 122 times. So that means today I must read 122 pages. That will, I think I'm 33% into the book now. So if I read another 122, so like 100. 122, 270. So about that much more, and then I think I'll be over halfway because I'll only have that much left to read. So I need to read this much today. But I'm starting today earlier than I did yesterday, so should be very easy for me to do. Okay, we are on, what day are we on now? Day number 3. Hey, I've got guests. So yesterday I made it to chapter 28 of The Defender, which is page 276. I haven't got much left now to read. This is on Kindle Unlimited, so last night I did download it on my Kindle only because I was so tired and I was feeling lazy about reading it. It's not my favourite read ever, and I do think that having this challenge is what's helping me get through it. I think if I had just picked this up to read it, I might have put it down to read another time, but it does help that I have like a challenge, and it's nice to have one book to like complete this challenge with. Okay, so I'm starting this really late, it's like 7:30, but I need to go to last week Tuesday and see how many times I picked up my phone. So let's have a look. Tuesday. Oh no. I picked up my phone 140 times last Tuesday. So that means I need to go to... I need a calendar. I need a calculator because my mental maths is awful. So plus 140. So I need to read to page 416. 416, which leaves me with about that much of the book. So, and that is like less than, so 417. Yeah, it's literally like less than 20 pages. So basically my aim for today, it will just be to finish this book before I go to sleep. That way then that's one book down halfway into the challenge, and tomorrow then we can pick up a new fresh book off of my physical TBR, which currently I only have 4 books on my physical TBR. Which are, I can see them here. So we've got Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. We've got Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Emily Zenwow, I think is her name. Then we have White Teeth by Zadie Smith, and From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I mean White Teeth actually, because again, this challenge is a good motivator for like picking up my book and reading. So as I said, it's not my favourite in the world. We're at like the 60% mark and they're together. So I'm like, what's happening here, you know? But I will keep you updated and let you know what my final rating is for this book. I know that this is a crazy look, but I am just so comfy and cozy right now. And I want to read. So I was like, take me or leave me. Take me as I am. I finished The Defender yesterday. And I think it's got to be like a 2.75 to 3 stars. The plot like was okay and the characters were okay, but that it was nothing more than okay. And I think that this might be more a me problem. I think as my tastes are maturing, I'm realising that for me I need a lot more like character, like depth and emotion. And I haven't really been in the mood to reach for what I would call just like a bog standard romance in a while. All of the ones that I've enjoyed, if I think about it, like I really loved Out on a Limb last year, which I feel like is rooted in a lot of emotion. I really loved both Promise Me Sunshine and Ready or Not by Cara Stone. Again, rooted in a lot of emotion. The Last Letter, Rebecca Yarros, ruined me. Even like First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, I feel like had more, you know. Football wise, I do think more could have been done in the research. Like there was one match where it was like, we came into the halftime of the match at 0-0 against Newcastle, and obviously I'm not the expert in football and the Premier League, but I do enjoy football. And you would just be like, to me, it's like we reach half time, the game's still 0-0. It just felt like more could have been done to research into football, or yes, have it be a football book, but just don't really talk that much about it. I don't know, every time we started talking about the football, it just like took me out because I was like being really picky, because I was like, that's just not something that would be said. Now I need to work out how many pages we are reading. Today I need to read 113 pages. I think, let me get my 2 options. I'm using this challenge as a motivator to reach for the books on my physical TBR that I may have been like putting off, or I'm just scared, or I'm waiting for the right time to read them, because I feel like the way my brain works, so now I'm thinking I only have to read 113 pages of the book today, and then I can put it down whether I'm enjoying it or not, which helps, because I'm like, right, if I just get to this page, and then by the time you've made up your mind, you're near the end. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling. Anyway, so we have Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Amelie Wenzel, I think the name is. So it's Fallen Kingdom, one girl carries a key to its forgotten past and the demons that sleep at its heart. Once Lan had a different name. Now she goes by the one the Atlantean colonizers gave her. She spends her days scavenging for remnants of the past, for anything that might help her understand the strange mark burned into her arm by her mother in her last act before she died. No one can see the mysterious mark until the night a boy appears at the tea house and saves her life. Zen is a practitioner, one of the fabled magicians of the Last Kingdom. whose abilities were rumoured to be drawn from the demons they communed with. Magic believed to be long lost, magic to be hidden at all costs. Both Lan and Zen have secrets buried deep within. Fate has connected them, but their destiny remains unwritten. Both hold the power to liberate their land, and both hold the power to destroy the world. A ferocious tale of romance and fate, Song of Silver Flame Like Night is a gift to those seeking adventure with a mythological twist. So I've had this on my TBR for over a year now. I got it in August of 2024. I think it's because I'm very much someone that I get motivated to pick things up when I see other people reading them and enjoying them. But I picked this one up because I wanted to try and like cultivate my tastes and work on like, sort of like going into a bookshop and being able to pick something up that I know that I'll like, that I'm not getting that recommendation from someone else, to work on sort of like my skills in knowing what I like, but also in knowing what is going to be enjoyable for me to then go on and recommend to other people, so that my recommendations are not just what you've seen 1,000 times before, which again is nothing wrong with that. Like, when a book is well liked, there is a reason why a lot of people talk about it. But just like for me, I wanted to sort of like teach myself to sort of have a spidey sense, like to be able to walk into a Waterstones and be like, I think I'd like this, without it being like, oh, I've seen this already. Next, we have White Teeth by Zadie Smith. Anyway, one of the most talked about fictional debuts of recent years, White Teeth is a funny, generous, big-hearted novel adored by critics and readers alike, dealing among many things with friendships, love, war, 3 cultures and 3 families over 3 generations, one brown mouse, and the tricky way the past has of coming back and biting you on the ankle. It is a life-affirming, riotous must-read of a book. This was, I remember an old English teacher of mine said that this was her favourite book, and it's just stuck with me ever since. So I saw this in a charity shop for £1, and I was like, I feel like this is a sign, because I have always wanted to read this book. So it is between these two, but I don't know. dad might be awake in the front room. So I didn't film yesterday because I had the whole day of work, so instead I did like a cozy read with me for the day type vlog. And I think yesterday I had to read, let me have a look. You think I would like load this stuff up before I start filming, but that would just be too efficient of me. I needed to read 123 pages yesterday, and I don't know if that vlog is already up, but I started King of Ravens and I read like 220 pages of this, and I finished the book that I was reading. What book did I finish? For the Fans by Nyla Kay, I think that's what it was called. So I read like 300 pages yesterday. Yesterday was a good day of reading. So I decided to have this as my final day of reading, and I have to read 121 pages. So they all ended up being, I mean, on Saturday I did pick up my phone 256 times, and I'm not filming this on Saturday, but I feel like maybe it's only fair if, we'll say 200 pages, because I think if I read another 200 pages ish, so I'm on page 260 of King of Ravens, if I read another 200 pages, that would take me to 460. Yeah, I would have literally like 10 pages left of this book. So, you know what? To make it fair, even though it's Friday, so that I have one day that's quite hard, today we'll do 220 pages, and then that's roughly in the middle of, well, it's a bit more, but that will make it fairer, and then that way I have completed this challenge. Has it made me read more? Yes. Have I mean, I think my screen time has gone down. Yeah, I mean, so let's just have a look. So last Monday it was 122 pages, and then this Monday it was 153 on the Sunday, and my screen time was 10.5 hours. And then on the Sunday where I started this challenge, my screen time was 8 hours, and I only picked up my phone 90 times. So it's not bad going, really. This week, anyway, I'm gonna attempt to log in. Oh, I lost my page. Why am I actually an idiot? 256, did I say? I am really enjoying this book. Like, really enjoying this book. It is just, it's exactly what I needed. I was having like a moment, like a crisis of faith. Maybe I'm just not a romantasy fan anymore, but no, I am. When it hits right, it hits right. Yeah, let's get crack-a-lackin'. This is also future me, because I realised while editing it that I never sort of did an outro for this video. I really enjoyed setting myself a goal of pages read. I feel like it kept me motivated every day to be like, right, as long as I just get these pages read, anything else is a bonus. And that like dopamine hit of hitting your pages, actually you're like, I'm gonna read more because I feel great right now. So I do think that that was a good motivator. We read some good books. We read King of Ravens, we read For the Fans, we read, what else did we read? I think I Oh, I DNF'd a book. We did have a DNF in this video. I'm like trying to recall it. Let me know in the comments if you have anything that you've implemented in this new year to try and reduce your screen time, and what other hobbies, whether that's reading or building Lego, that you're implementing instead of picking up our phones. Everyone's very big on TikTok at the moment about going analog. So let me know what your plans are for 2026 to sort of remove yourself from social media and phones and being, what do they call it, like plugged in. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. I obviously appreciate you so much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye.